Okay, YouTube, Island Homesteader here, as I promised. It's the weekend and it's rototilling time. It's Saturday, March 17th here on the island. It's 68 degrees, nice breeze blowing. And as you can see, this is the garden again. I'm going to try to start every video from up here on the top looking down on it so you get a perspective of it every time. Went out and moved that sand around, spread it around a little bit. That's the sand that I got from the bottom of the horse stable from my friend. Dug these trellises out. That was a chore in itself. I set those things 4 feet down in the ground because we get so much wind here. Those things were holding some weight, so I didn't want them to blow over. But I got them all dug out and got them out of the way. I'm getting ready to get the rototiller out, and I'll outline the garden with the rototiller first and then put it on video so you can get an idea, a little better idea of what size the garden really is, since it's kind of blending in with the yard right now. Okay, here's the garden after the first pass with the rototiller. I outlined it, getting ready to go back and forth with it there against the rototiller. And there's the rototiller. First pull started this year, and didn't do nothing but last year, the last tank of gas I put in, I put gas in there, you know, with stable in it. And first pull this year, fired right up and ran. So anyway, this gives you a better idea where the garden's at in the yard. You can see it now outlined. It's about 30 by 30, and I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to rototill the whole garden, but then I'm going to plant a little different this year than what I've done in the years past. So that'll be coming up, because I've already got plants sitting down there. I've already been to the store the other day and got plants, so I got to get this thing done this weekend and get it planted. So we'll track that whole thing as we go. Okay, first pass is done, as you can see, and started on the first row of the second pass. I go twice just to mix everything up good. It's not like I'm really breaking anything up. Remember, this is all just sand. I mean, that's, like I said, it's 30 by 30, and that first pass didn't take more than maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So I won't have but about an hour and a half or so into rototilling. And that might make some of you jealous that have to rototill in clay and spend hours out there with the rototiller beating you up, but all I got is sand, so it's pretty easy. Of course, the drawback is I don't hold water like you guys hold water, so it's a little harder for me. But first pass is done. Coming inside to get something to drink. It's hot out here, so I'll show you when I'm finished. Okay, YouTube, today's Sunday, March 18th. As you can see, I made that 1 second pass with the rototiller yesterday and ran out of time to finish the rest, but I decided that 1 pass with the rototiller in a garden would be good enough this year. I had to go to a fundraising event yesterday, a thing called St. Baldrick's. If none of you have ever heard of it before, check it out on the internet. It's St. Baldrick's, BALDRICKS.org. It's a foundation that raises funds and then gives grants for childhood cancer research. And the fundraising event is people get sponsors to donate for them to shave their head. So I had to go have my head shaved yesterday, and now I am here out in the sun, and I'll probably burn the top of my head today, but I'll get a hat on here shortly. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon here on Sunday. It's 70 degrees, a 10-mile-an-hour breeze or so blowing. And like I said, I did get 1 pass on the garden done, and that's going to be good enough. But I wanted to show you what I've done so far today. And this is it right here. The plan for the garden is by next year, I hope to have this whole garden in raised beds instead of gardening right into the ground. That's not going to happen this year, but to start getting ready for that, I built these just little boxes that are just 2x4s, and going to use the square foot gardening method. So this will give me an idea of how best to do that, to be able to put the grid in, you know, and at least start getting a little practice raising in somewhat of a box anyway, instead of just in the ground. I've used the square foot garden method before when I had a smaller garden and really had to maximize my space. So I'm kind of looking forward again to using the square foot garden method. These are just 2x4 studs. And one side note here, anybody that's thinking about how exciting it would be to live at the beach, these studs cost me $3.63 a piece. And I'm not sure what studs are somewhere else, but that sounds kind of expensive. We have a Home Depot an hour and a half or so up the road from us, but all we have here on the island is a family-owned lumber yard with a hardware store in it, so that's where I got these. In each one of these boxes, I'm going to add these bags right here, and you can see I've got 2 bags of organic compost from cow manure, and then inside of each box I'm going to put 3 bags of this stuff called soil conditioner, which is basically, like it says right there, aged pine bark fines. I've used it before. It's just organic material, and for us, any organic material we can get, really helps in this sand. It enhances the condition of most soils, so we'll see what it does for us. And holds moisture, aerates soil for better growing. Holding moisture is really what I'm looking for. I'm not so worried about aerating. Our soil's pretty aerated as it is, so. But here's the 2 boxes. Again, 3 bags of the soil conditioner, 2 bags of the organic compost, the cow manure compost that I bought at our local Ace Hardware. So I'm going to dump these in, get it mixed up, get the string laid on it for the grid. Okay, garden bed's all filled and all laid out. Got my square foot grid in the 2 boxes. And time to start planting. What am I going to plant, you say? Well, let's take a look. We've got broccoli, cabbage, butter crunch lettuce, rutabagas, and a bunch of red sweet onions and a bunch of the Walla Walla sweets. And in seeds, got lettuce, 3 different kinds, red sales, black seeded Simpson, and a mesclun mix. We've got the evergreen white bunching for green onions, to put in a salad. Beets. Gonna try some celery this year, I've never grown that. Swiss chard, 2 different kinds. The bright lights, the one right there, the multicolor, and then that's just the red ruby, Swiss chard ruby. Let's see, spinach. Oops, go the other way. Spinach, Bloomsdale long standing. Carrots, red cord chantenay. Radishes, 2 different kinds. These are the watermelon radish, those ones that are real red on the inside, white on the outside, and then cherry bells. And another kind of spinach over here, the baby leaf hybrid. Plus we've got some garlic bulbs and the Square Foot Gardening Book by Mel Bartholomew. So I can look up each one and know how many to plant in a square. Plus I've got 2 grids, 1 for each box, so I can make notes of what I plant and where, so that I can keep track during the season. Alright, gotta get planting.